civis pacem para bello, so which can be translated into English: if you want peace, prepare for war. A little bit of story: my sister is a lawyer, and she was always telling me that in terms of preparing any contractual documentation, you should always have this mindset that you are signing the agreement, signing the contract, not for time of peace with the other party, but for the time of war. And I think that a similar approach should be also taken when thinking about cybersecurity in DevOps, or not only, because we are very often thinking, okay, we have all those things that we need to prepare. We have this compliance, we have audits, we have those procedures that we are following. And we are thinking, does it really need that? Do we really need to push all of this? Maybe it's too far, maybe it's too much. We are just a small company. No major hacker is going to be interested in us, and so on. But while thinking about it, we are only thinking about our experience of peace and of the fact that nothing happened so far. We are not thinking about experience of, okay, what will happen if we have a war? What will happen if we have an outage? What will happen if we have a data leak? What will happen if we have ransomware attack about our company? So first thing first, I know that everything that I'll say today can probably be countered with saying, yeah, but it doesn't happen. But it doesn't happen that often. But even though the chances are relatively small, they are not zero. And that's why we have the whole cybersecurity. We are getting prepared for war. And I wanted to ask you a little bit of question. The question which is, what do you guys think will any service provider in the DevOps space that you're working with right now do in case of war? In case of you losing access to some of your data or all of your data, in case of you experiencing an outage, in case of you experiencing the ransomware attack? The answer is nothing. And you can say that, yes, this is a little bit of over-exaggeration, and that is correct, because they try to do something, but their policies and their terms of service are protecting them from doing anything or obligation to do anything. Like if they do it, they'll do it because they are nice, but they are not going to do it because they have to. And this whole concept is called nicely shared responsibility model. And I love how it is named, because when we are saying about sharing something, we think that, okay, we're sharing something with our friends, with our close ones, but sharing responsibility is not really that nice, because sharing responsibility basically means that while service providers are taking responsibility for their platforms in terms of hosting, in terms of application and systems running properly, everything that you put on the system or everything that you allow to appear in the system, like Marketplace app, is your own responsibility. What your users are doing in your platform is your responsibility. Your data is your responsibility. Whether you are staying compliant in your data management in their platform is your responsibility. So we are openly saying it in their terms of service: you are responsible for all of this. We only keep what constitutes our business, but what you do in our platform, we don't care about it. We don't care about it that much, and we won't help you in most of the cases when you have some issue. That's why first thing first about getting into DevOps space, because very often I hear, okay, but I'm using my cloud vendor. Atlassian convinced me to go cloud. I'm using GitLab Cloud. I'm using GitHub Cloud because we are taking care of the security aspect. We are taking care of the hosting. I don't have my own server. I'm not even using my own data center. They do this stuff for me. But even though they do this stuff for you, we are not taking responsibility off you. And that's why the whole discussion about cyber risk in DevOps is, first of all, staying aware that it's your role to maintain it. And luckily, there is a movement of educating people about it. We more often talk about DevSecOps instead of just DevOps, to add this security part as part of our DevOps procedures. And if you want, if I would like you to get something out of our presentation, just one thing, is to start thinking about security in your DevOps process and about your data security in general. And today, I'm going to share with you what are the top risks that you should be aware of in terms of your DevOps data security. So what things can happen. And then I'm going to tell you what are some remedies to those risks. So if you have some sort of incident, if the war does happen, what you're able to do with that.